For complete setup, preventative maintenance, and safe operating instructions, please read the operator's manuals that have been enclosed with this tool package. Your Huck 940 repair kit contains a 940 power rig with 15-foot power cord, a 2624 HS hydraulic installation tool with 12-foot hose, the nose assembly, a 10,000 psi liquid-filled pressure gauge, a comprehensive instruction manual kit including a cross-reference fastener chart and Huck Service Center listing, a guide to proper inspection, instructions on how to use the pressure gauge, a pressure setting list for the nose options, as well as this training video. And, if you purchased one, did Huck Spin collar cutter assembly for repairs. Everything you'll need to get started. First, you'll need to set up your power rig. By the way, the 940 power rig is shipped without oil, so don't operate the unit until it has been filled properly. To fill it with oil, simply remove the filler plug and dipstick assembly. Fill with the required amount of Dextron transmission fluid, and check the fluid level. Make sure the level falls between the two hash marks on the dipstick. Remember, it's important to check the fluids on your power rig regularly. Next, we'll connect the hydraulic lines from the hose kit to the power rig. Insert the quick disconnect couplers. Plug in the 24-volt trigger wire. Then, be sure to cycle the hydraulic fluid through the lines. Hold the trigger down for just a few seconds to allow the fluid to fill both hydraulic lines, completely priming the system. Cycle the tool a few times to ensure the piston is in the full forward position. Even though the pressure is factory preset, you want to check the pressure using the supplied gauge. To do so, remove the top hydraulic hose and replace it with the pressure gauge. Depress and hold the trigger. Read the pressure setting. Adjust the pressure by turning the thumb screw located opposite the fill plug. Turning the screw in increases the pull line pressure. Turning the screw out reduces the pull line pressure. Consult your operator's manual for the proper pressure setting for this tool. Now, it's time to return the quick disconnect to the pull side of the pump. Next, you're ready to attach the nose assembly. Begin by attaching the thimble to the piston. Just thread it on as shown. You'll know it's on correctly when the machine flat at the base of the thimble disappears just below the cylinder housing. Line up the Allen screw to one of the 4 grooves machined into the piston and tighten the screw. Attach the anvil using the half shells. Snap the true arc ring into position and cycle the tool. You are now ready to install a fastener. Insert the pin into the pre-drilled hole. Spin the collar with a flange base towards the work surface. Insert the ratchet rod through the tool. Place the tool at the end of the fastener. Turn the ratchet, threading the tool onto the pin. Stopping approximately 1/8 of an inch above the collar, and then remove the rod. Depressing the trigger will engage the power rig, starting the collar swaging process. Swage the collar until the anvil bottoms out at the base of the flange. As this happens, release the trigger. Reinsert the ratchet rod and unscrew the thimble from the fastener. To make sure the fastener is installed properly, all it takes is a quick visual inspection. First, On a swaged collar, measure the swage length from the top of the collar to the furthest point of the swage's curve. The line shown is a witness mark, indicating the length of the swage. On an incomplete swage like this one, it's easy to see that the collar hasn't been swaged all the way down to the bottom. To complete the swage, repeat the steps. If you need to install a different diameter nose, or to use the optional huck spin collar cutter, simply reverse the assembly process. Remove the true arc ring, pull off the lock ring, remove the half shells, remove the anvil, remove the set screw, and unscrew the thimble from the piston. As an alternative to torching, the optional collar cutter tool ensures clean, safe fastener removal. Attach the collar cutter thimble, just like the other nose assembly. Screw the thimble assembly onto the piston until the machined flat just disappears within the piston housing, just as you did with the nose assembly. Line up the Allen screw to one of the 4 grooves machined into the piston, and attach the half shells and true arc ring, making sure it snaps securely into place. To remove the huck spin fastener with a collar cutter, just ratchet it down over the pintail. Screw the thimble down to about 1/8 of an inch away from the top of the collar to prevent jamming. Engage the tool and hold the trigger down until you hear a distinct pop. The pop indicates that the collar has been completely cut. Notice how cleanly and precisely the collar cutter removes the fastener. Disassembling the collar cutter is easy. Remove the true arc ring, half shells, and the collar cutter anvil. Remove the set screw on the collar cutter thimble. And unscrew the thimble to remove. A few easy care and maintenance steps will help keep your huck spin 940 repair kit in top working order. For instance, it's important to clean the thimble often. The thimble won't spin onto the pin properly if shavings are in the way. After excessive use, the anvil may form a wear ring, as you can see. This groove indicates wear. Notice the lateral striations. It can cause excessive friction between the anvil and collar. Excessive friction can lead to an incomplete swage. You can also see these striations on the collar. This indicates it's time to change the anvil. For complete setup, preventative maintenance, and safe operating instructions, please read the operator's manuals that have been enclosed with this tool package.